Those soldiers walking in front saw Pilgrim standing outside the luminescent palace, and they turned quickly to report. "My lord, the great sage sun is here." Stopping his cloud and straightening his court attire, the god ordered the soldiers to stand on both sides in 2 rows while he went forward to salute his visitor, saying, "Why has the great sage come here?" "I have come here," replied Pilgrim, "especially to ask you to save my master from an ordeal." "Which ordeal?" asked the god. "And where?" "In the cave of the lute at the Toxic Foe Mountain," Pilgrim answered. "Which is located in the state of Western Liang." "What sort of monster is there in the cave?" asked the god again. "That has made it necessary for you to call on this humble deity," Pilgrim said. "Just now the Bodhisattva Guanyin, in her epiphany, revealed to us that it was a scorpion spirit. She told us further that only you, sir, could overcome it. That is why I have come to call on you." "I should first go back and report to the Jade Emperor," said the god. "But the great sage is already here, and you have, moreover, the Bodhisattva's recommendation. Since I don't want to cause you delay, I dare not ask you for tea. I shall go with you to subdue the monster spirit first before I report to the throne." When the great sage heard this, he at once went out of the East Heaven Gate with the god, and sped to the state of Western Liang. Seeing the mountain ahead, Pilgrim pointed at it and said, "This is it." The god lowered his cloud and walked with Pilgrim up to the stone screen beneath the mountain slope. When Sha Monk saw them, he said, "Second elder brother, please rise. Big brother has brought back the star god." His lips still pouting, Idiot said, "Pardon. Pardon. I'm ill, and I cannot salute you. You are a man who practices self-cultivation," said the star god. "What kind of sickness do you have?" "Earlier in the morning," replied 8 Rules. "We fought with the monster spirit, who gave me a stab on my lip. It still hurts," the star god said. "Come up here, and I'll cure it for you." Taking his hand away from his snout, Idiot said, "I beg you to cure it, and I'll thank you most heartily." The star god used his hand to give 8 Rules' lip a stroke before blowing a mouthful of breath on it. At once, the pain ceased. In great delight, our idiot went to his knees, crying, "Marvelous! Marvelous! May I trouble the star god to touch the top of my head also?" said Pilgrim with a grin. "You weren't poisoned," said the star god. "Why should I touch you?" Pilgrim replied. "Yesterday, I was poisoned, but after one night the pain is gone. The spot, however, still feels somewhat numb and itchy, and I fear that it may act up when the weather changes. Please cure it for me." The star god indeed touched the top of his head and blew a mouthful of breath on it. The remaining poison was thus eliminated, and Pilgrim no longer felt the numbness or the itch. "Elder brother," said 8 Rules, growing ferocious, "let's go and beat up that bitch." "Exactly," said the star god. "You provoke her to come out, the 2 of you, and I'll subdue her." Leaping up the mountain slope, Pilgrim and 8 Rules again went behind the stone screen. With his mouth spewing abuses and his hands working like a pair of fuel-gatherer hooks, our idiot used his rake to remove the rocks piled up in front of the cave in no time at all. He then dashed up to the 2nd-level door, and one blow of his rake reduced it to powder. The little fiends inside were so terrified that they fled inside to report. "Madam, those 2 ugly men have destroyed even our 2nd-level door." The fiend was just about to untie the Tang monk so that he could be fed some tea and rice. When she heard that the door had been broken down, she jumped out of the flower arbor and stabbed 8 Rules with the trident. 8 Rules met her with the rake, while Pilgrim assisted him with his iron rod. Rushing at her opponents, the fiend wanted to use her poisonous trick again, but Pilgrim and 8 Rules perceived her intentions and retreated immediately. The fiend chased them beyond the stone screen, and Pilgrim shouted, "Orionis, where are you?" Standing erect on the mountain slope, the star god revealed his true form. He was, you see, actually a huge, double-combed rooster, about 7 feet tall, when he held up his head. He faced the fiend and crowed once. Immediately the fiend revealed her true form, which was that of a scorpion, about the size of a lute. The star god crowed again, and the fiend, whose whole body became paralyzed, died before the slope. We have a testimonial poem for you, and the poem says, "Like tasseled balls, his embroidered neck and comb, with long, hard claws, and angry, bulging eyes. He perfects the 5 virtues forcefully. His 3 crows are done heroically. No common, clucking fowl about the hut. He's heaven's star, showing his holy name. In vain the scorpion seeks the human ways. She now her true, original form displays." 8 Rules went forward and placed 1 foot on the back of the creature, saying, "Cursed beast! You can't use your horse-felling poison this time." Unable to make even a twitch, the fiend was pounded into a paste by the rake of the idiot. Gathering up again his golden beams, the star god mounted the clouds and left, while Pilgrim led 8 Rules and Shamunk to bow to the sky, saying, "Sorry for all your inconvenience. In another day we shall go to your palace to thank you in person." After the 3 of them gave thanks, they took the luggage and the horse into the cave, where they were met by those maids, who knelt on both sides to receive them. "Fathers," they cried, "we are not fiends. We are all women from the state of Western Liang, who have been kidnapped by this monster spirit some time ago. Right now your master is weeping in a scented room in the rear." On hearing this, Pilgrim stared at them and saw that there was indeed no demonic aura about them. He therefore went to the rear, crying, "Master." When the Tang monk saw them, he was very pleased. "Worthy disciples," he said, "I have caused you a lot of trouble. What happened to that woman?" "She was a huge female scorpion," replied 8 Rules. "We are fortunate to have received the revelation from the Bodhisattva Guanyin, whereupon Big Brother went to heaven to acquire the assistance of the Star Lord Orionis. He came here and subdued her, and she has been reduced to mud by Old Hog. Only then did we dare walk in here to see your face." The Tang monk could not end his thanks to them. Then they found some rice and noodles with which they prepared a meal, after which they showed the way home to those girls who had been taken captive. Lighting up a fire, they burned out the entire cave dwelling before they found the main road to the west once more. Thus it was that they cut worldly ties to leave beauty and form. They drained the gold sea to know the mind of Chan. We do not know how many more years they still need in order to perfect the art of realized immortality. Let's listen to the explanation in the next chapter.